Hello, everybody. Welcome to our special spring break stream. We have WMU Club Overwatch versus MDC Overwatch 2. I'm excited.
I am also excited.
A little bit of mid-break game out there onto the stage, or in this case, onto our room. But
Tonight's going to be a very interesting game. I guess MDC Overwatch 2 against WMU Club. We know that our team, especially, has been doing quite well this season. Undefeated currently, correct?
yes,
Yes.
they've lost I think a grand total of maybe 1 or 2 maps.
Wow.
They have been dominant.
Wow. Do we know if Oasis is a certain map pick of WMU, or if it's one of their stronger maps, one of their weaker maps?
I don't honestly. So what I know about this roster is just the fact that this roster, they love to play fast. They love to play the quintessential classic. I can tell you exactly what their lineup's going to be before they even get into the game, before anything even loads in here. It's going to be a Monkey. It's going to be a Tracer. It's going to be a Genji. It's going to be a Lucio, and it's going to be either a Juno, a Kiriko, or something along those lines. And there we go.
A+. Yeah. This guy knows what he's talking about. Yes, no. This team comp coming out from WMU is one of the fastest comps out there, right? You got it's a complete dive comp. All in, get your one, go next. And we look at the side of MDC Overwatch over here. We have a slightly slower comp. We have an Ana, which is a very diveable target for our team, with a Venture going in with our Monkey Reaper. So it'll be really interesting to see exactly how WMU adapts.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see the sort of difference in play here, where we both have Monkey comp, but they're slightly different in how they want to execute.
Indeed.
That comp. And looking like a start out here, WMU first onto the point, but the first one to go down is also going to be Monkey from WMU, so it's going to be a little bit of a rough start here for Western Michigan, because once your tank goes down, it starts to get real hard to fight that fight out.
It is a snowball. I think there was just a bit of a overstep on the terms of WMU. The space, trying to jump into space, we didn't exactly own yet, especially with none of their abilities taken out yet. They still had dig and everything on there, so this will be interesting.
Yep, it definitely gets very hard there when your tank goes down to fight out the rest of the fight, so that is going to mean that the first control of this point is going to be over into MDC, sorry. Meanwhile, Western Michigan pushing onto the point here, pushing in, contesting here. 5 men strong on point. Monkey getting real low, real dangerous, but he is going to hold on, and Western Michigan is going to get the team wipe, leading to control of the point.
Wow. Much better attack there. They kind of took their space in inches, right? You take what you can get, and you don't take what you can't get. Taking out some abilities, and then you make them some space for it. Getting them picks is really important. I think the MDC's saving grace here is going to be the Venture and the Ana anti-nades here. That's going to be their kind of go buttons.
Yeah, and especially if Ana can hit a really good sleep on one of the divers, that'll be just devastating to take out that lethality. But Western Michigan gonna get the first pick of this fight here. Pick onto the Venture, but pick straight back from MDC onto Tracer. Oh, but that is going to be a Monkey down for MDC. Reaper roll coming out. Reaping getting 2. Both supports for Western Michigan down, but Western Michigan does still have ults, including a tank ult here from Monkey, who is going to go primal. Start smacking people left and right.
This is winnable for Western Michigan.
Yeah, he can very well contest this point for a long time with that. Assuming he is not CC'd for eternity.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that guy
which is really important.
That guy was not allowed to move for a minute.
Monkey surviving there is really important for Western Michigan, allowing them to not have to wait for the respawn timer, so they can immediately go in here with 3 ults against MDC's 4 ults. So we can see there's going to be a very ult-heavy fight upcoming. Really just have to look at their Ana.
That Reaper is going to be pushed out of the fight real fast, real early here. Both Kiriko ults have already come out, as well as an Ana ult and a Venture ult now. But Reaper ult also coming out from Western Michigan is going to
that is
make
every
the fight
ult
a real
game.
Close one. Yeah, this is ults galore coming out.
Big boop from boobies.
Western Michigan losing the fight early here, but may actually win the long fight because they do get back to this point fast.
They do get back, but they do not come back with their Kiriko. Kiriko did get a late kill. Swapping back to the Genji off of the Reaper. I hope we can make some plays here. Not really much to deflect on the side of MDC, other than maybe an anti-nade. I think Reaper was a stronger pick there.
Potentially last fight of the game here, with nobody having any ults besides MDC's Reaper coming onto the table here. Going to be popped here, no doubt.
Kiriko, no TP.
That's a big reap bomb on 2.
This is winnable. It's 2v2. 2v3 now. As long as we're focusing on who we want to shoot, this is very winnable.
Western Michigan definitely going to be able to touch for a while their team respawns and begins to come back, but it is a very precarious position here. Only the Genji left to try to touch. Not able to do it there at the end. That's just going to be the first.
Yeah, that's the first round. First round of control.
Of the map.
Going to MDC. A very interesting first few fights though. Winston is definitely diving the backline and not allowing the frontline pressure to kind of exist for Western Michigan. The Venture is definitely getting a lot of their eyes, but not doing a lot when she's in the ground, right? So they just I think Western Michigan just needs to be calling out some cooldowns and calling out the people they want to be shooting at the same time, because I think we're kind of scattered. They got 2 people shooting 2 different people, and 5 people doing the single wrong thing is actually doing the right thing. So as long as we're shooting the same person, they explode here. I do appreciate the ROM switch though. ROM is a good swap into this more closer quarters map. So I think this is gonna be interesting. As long as we're playing with our arms correctly.
Yeah, that's one of the key details to think about when you're going for these team games like Overwatch, League of Legends, any of that type. It matters a lot more that you're on the same page than that you're doing the right thing, because 5 people doing the wrong thing can very well be the right thing. That's going to be the first couple picks going over in favor of Western Michigan. Yeah, that's going to be
that should be the first point.
Control of this first touch here.
No sleep. This is, get that Kiriko. Yeah. Now, yeah, that's a really good pick by Jester Sojourn. That later kill, yeah, it makes them wait just a few seconds longer, and sometimes, especially in control, just a few seconds can be the difference maker between winning and losing. I like this high ground potential for a starting position, due to the ability to either kite or go in at a moment's notice.
Creative step from the Reaper.
Oh, Kiriko was one. There we go.
Oh, Kiriko goes
big
down.
antis. Genji should die here. Yep.
Yeah.
This is very winnable still. It's 4v3 for Western Michigan. They really just have to be looking at their Ana. Ana is uncontested, unprotected in terms of MDC, and I feel like she's not getting the love and attention that she should be getting in terms of pressure against her.
Yeah,
looks like being able to win, no ults.
But able to win that fight. Unfortunate to see, just a matter of Western Michigan not able to get onto that Ana.
Also being able to kill their Winston there, but that Winston dealing damage to that Winston and him getting out is just big ult charge for the side of MDC. So we really just have to kind of kite out with Kitsune here, go in with an aggressive monkey ult and kind of make something happen.
Going in with a beat from Western Michigan to be starting at the fight as well as Kiriko ult.
There it is. Now we're on the same page.
No ults coming out from MDC as of yet. Looking like they're going to be willing to go down with their ults here. Save it for the next fight. Going to end up stacking.
Ooh.
Oh, never mind. They're going to pop a monkey ult to just buy a little bit more time on this point.
Does he get out?
That is going to mean...
I think it's out.
That's going to mean 4 ults, though, for MDC coming into this fight.
They're back. This fight's still going. And then you speed on them right now. Right now, you speed on them. They are down their tank. That would be the smart thing to do. Oh, it forced a Kitsune out of them. This is winnable for both teams right now, and a big feeling his rage coming out. That is a TPing Reaper on the high ground nanode. That is scary. This is very winnable for both sides right now. Both sides have ultimates. We just have to be
hanging on for dear life.
Indeed. Kiriko using both abilities, very scary in the back line, but being able to keep Monkey alive for the long term is good.
Alive.
Big TP for our Kiriko, surviving, flipping a point there.
He lives there.
Wow.
Wow, that was a very well done fight. That was on a knife's edge.
Very close.
Able to clutch that one out. MDC I almost want to say they have too much trigger discipline on their ults, where they are not trying to over-ult a fight, but then they're just losing fights off of it. Like, they had multiple DPS ults there.
First DPS ults.
Yep, there's going to be the Ventral ult coming out, going to be pressuring the Kiriko with it, and it's going to go down nobody. And last ult for MDC is going to be the Reaper ult, and that is a dead Reaper dying with ult, as opposed to Jester, who is just clicking ahead. His previous pass to the Valorant player exposed on live TV here. Absolutely.
That looks like a very nice win for WMU, yeah.
That's going to be a good bounce back after that first round. This is the sort of thing where we saw this last week as well, where they did actually, the very first round of the first map, I believe, I think they lost. And then they just picked it up from there and didn't stop.
Yeah, this is also the classic WMU struggle, I will say. In years past, it's always been WMU varsity, club, academy, don't matter. It's a first control point always, where it's like a you're waking up from a 2 days coma, right? You really just had to like lock in just a little bit more. Even with a warm-up scrim, this is always that first point for control. That
there's no DPS Reinhardts in this lobby. There's
no DPS Reinhardts. No.
There's no spectator May, I guess. I don't even know what to call that.
A stronger pick from the side of MDC with a Brig is actually a really good pick for them against our dive comp here. We have to be looking for someone and pulling that trigger before they can. That's the key here. And just like I said, pulling that trigger before they can.
Immediate.
Instant, both supports dead, not ability to survive, is the key on how you survive, on how you win these kind of almost diving matchups.
You can just see, finally, the first person dies on Western Michigan's side, despite how low so many people have been. It just goes to show you the strength of this Western Michigan comp. The second one finally going down. This comp can play so fast. You can just die in a split second because this comp is able to just jump constantly, and they're able to get out at such
already a pulse bomb before the point's even been gotten.
Oh my goodness, that hit like 2 people.
Boom!
Oh, and the punch as well. Jester putting on a bit of a clinic.
Well. No Wraith. Boom. That should be the first point for Western Michigan.
Western Michigan has full control here of this point, and that is just...
I think Western Michigan's real strength right here is an uncontested tracer. See, they have very close range quarters for MDC, but a tracer, when they're not really being pressured by maybe anyone but the Brig, is kind of what they're looking for. And that they're going in. This they said they use their ability. We go in now. I think their go button is whenever Venture uses their abilities, and they're kind of taking advantage of it.
Yeah, this is just the quintessential Western Michigan playbook here for this club team of just
almost having beat. If we survive for a beat here, this is good. We don't even need it. 3 kills really close.
Yeah, that's just going to be 3 more going down from the side of MDC.
Forcing
that's
the primal.
Primal out. That's going to just lead to Monkey being able to survive there. Obviously not our Monkey, their Monkey. Not to be confused with our Monkey, who's also playing Monkey.
There's Monkey, and there's Monkey.
Yes,
this is 50% in, with Western Michigan having 3, almost 4 ults, while the MDC having almost 4 ults. They just need to get those last few percent. And let's see if Reaper can pop an ult here and see if they can get anything. But they're not even letting them go. A big pulse bomb, 4 ults.
Bombs immediately out from Western Michigan.
Wow.
3 actually with the. Wow, that's just going to be Western Michigan playing faster, first ones to pull the trigger. When there's that many ults on the table, it really is down to who can pull the trigger first and win the fight first.
Yeah. And why give them time to set up?
Faster. Reaper's trying to come in, trying to drop the Reap bomb, but there's nobody there. Western Michigan just left.
I think Western Michigan's best recourse is to Kitsune onto the point for this next fight, hoping that they kind of match an over ult.
Lucio amping up the heals, amping up the beat.
We're in there. Oh, they have a Zen pick from the MDC. I just noticed.
Zen, not what I would imagine is a great pick into this fast dive comp.
Options.
Ooh, Jester getting 2 punches back to back.
Back to back. Zen honestly isn't terrible as long as your team is playing with like you in mind, right? So it's just like the same thing that Western's doing here, is that Zen is a very squishy, he's a glass cannon, right? He has great value as long as he's alive. And unfortunately for Zen, our team is the dive team, and so he's very squishy against the diving team. But as long as MDC can take advantage of their discords and kill them before they can kill you, that's all that really matters. So Monkey's gonna have to really be smart about taking this discord and losing that LOS, and then going back in. Because if he goes back in with discord, like he just did, it's a lot of damage.
Venture's actually able to survive throughout that.
We have a pulse bomb coming in for Western Michigan, maybe. Forcing recall. Unfortunate pick.
That is a dead Tracer. That is a dead Genji. That is likely going to be a fight lost for Western Michigan. It is a get out and die quick type of deal here.
Hype beat. Monkey does get out though.
Yes.
Apparently they used Reaper ult during that fight, and I didn't, or maybe the fight before I didn't notice.
I didn't notice either.
But Western Michigan coming back in with Beat and Pulse Bomb. Maybe they can build a Kitsune here soon, but I fear MDC is going to have their Pulse Bomb. Their ult economy is looking a lot better than Western Michigan's
They're
right
about
now.
to have a Transcendence real soon.
They really gotta be smart. They really gotta be smart about who they go on right here. You gotta be timing with your team here.
Best bet here is a Pulse Bomb onto the Zen to force out the Transcendent.
Agreed. Big kill for Western Michigan though. If they just don't ult, this is very scary. We have a Beat and
is the Transcendence out.
Pulse Bomb incoming after Suzu. They're trying to force the Suzu right now.
They
don't even use it.
They don't even need it.
Oh, the Death Blossom
Bomb goes off on 2. Western Michigan holding on. No tank, but more people alive.
3v2 right now.
Starting to get a little bit sketchy here.
Tank dies here. It's just a Venture, right? And with the slow comeback of the Zen and the Kiri not being able to help each other, this looks like it's going to be a team fight or a game win, round win for WMU. Yeah, they don't even get a touch.
Yeah. And after a shaky first round and a scary third round, that's going to be the first map of the series going over in favor of Western Michigan.
Yeah. That was really interesting to watch. I think the first round was just them kind of getting in their saddle a little bit, trying to figure out who the people are, they're going against, what their skills are, trying to figure out who to dive. And after that second round, they kind of were locked in a little bit more. I think the ROM kind of helped with that, and the close quarters helped with that a lot.
The quintessential classic Jester play of the game. Pretty much a given here. At least one per stream we've been averaging.
It is criminal to me that this guy is only plat 1.
Yeah, thinking about the fact that that guy is the same rank as I am on tank, that's a bit sad to me, because I know that guy is better at Overwatch than I am. I don't know if that says something about how hard DPS is, how easy tank is, or the fact that you don't need a brain if you know how to, or you don't need hands if you know how to have a brain on tank. Dunno. But I don't think I don't think that guy is a Diamond 5 level player. I'll say that.
Alright, hybrid. You think we're going with the classic King's Row?
Surely.
I mean, you gotta love it, right? It's everyone's stomping grounds.
Why would you?
I don't know. I fear maybe an Eichenwald or a Blizzard World pick, because Blizzard World would be good for WMU in my opinion, as it's a very dive open map. Eichenwald has the high ground, and so if MDC is really good at poke, then I could see them picking Eichenwald. King's Row is kind of like that middle ground. It's kind of good for everything.
King's Row is the quintessential handshake. Everybody likes playing on King's Row type of deal.
We did get to see the monkey brawl a little bit about the Ramatra. So, King's Row. That's what I was just about to say. They did kind of show their hand a little bit with the Ramatra, and I'm assuming when we're gonna kind of stick that on King's Row, as it's a bit more close quarters, a bit more. You can kind of rush him down with those arms and just pummel. So I see we're gonna probably see that in this next map. I wonder if we're gonna attack or defend first, because personally, I like defending first. I like it. This is my home, and I like seeing what we got. But some people I like to attack first, because then I get to see what they play, and I can instantly swap with no fear of having to rush back to spawn. I just like setting the tempo. I like making them fear that maybe you get full held, then that makes them real scared.
So obviously we know what Western Michigan's bread and butter is. So it's pretty public knowledge. Do we think that Jester will break out the
Break out the
if
what?
we're on King's Row?
Break out what? The Widow?
The Widow.
Probably not on defense. I think a comfort more solid pick is a Sojourn. I can see him probably going for a few pot shots on attack maybe, but on defense, I think it's just a bit of a high reward, high risk play to pick that Widow because she's really frail, but she does control a lot of the battlefield as long as you're hitting those headshots. But that's dependent on if you're hitting those headshots. A Widow who only body shots is just lock in, go to your kitten's account and start playing Mercy, because gotta be hitting those headshots if you're gonna be playing Widow. But seems most likely we're gonna have the Sojourn. But yeah, King's Row, love to see it. I will always be down for a King's Row game. Probably top 3 maps for me. Then we got Lijiang, Ilios, and King's Row. It's really good.
It's just fun.
Yeah, I love King's Row. We're probably gonna see a similar setup in terms of WMU on defense. Just got your Rom, probably Genji, Sojourn, maybe Lucio Kiri. If they're going for a more brawl, I can see Lucio Bap, maybe Lucio Juno. I don't know.
They could even break out the Juno Kiri or something. Nope.
Classic. Oh, we don't see a Genji anymore for in favor for a Venture. I do appreciate the Venture comp, the Venture swap though, because playing Genji into you can only kind of assume they might be playing as a Winston, from what you saw last games, but it's pretty difficult to force the Genji into a Winston. But yeah, we're going into a Sigma here against that same Reap Bomb Goat Calamity.
How do we feel about the Sigma here on attack?
Sigma on attack?
First,
it's slower, but it's very powerful because you have long range, big damage, right? So as long as you're playing your space correctly and you're playing your shield and your grasp correctly, it's very strong. You just have to play it smart. Get your angles and poke them out.
Looking like they're gonna be playing through Hotel here. MDC pushing in pretty fast now.
That is true.
Reaper
Then an instant
off the
blast
high ground,
Wood is taken out.
Almost dead immediately.
This is gonna be MDC's go button as Monkey does not have arms anymore. But as long as we can get some help from the DPS, this is really good.
That's gonna be one Venture down.
We're in
Both
there.
Ventures are in danger though.
No Wraith coming out of MDC, having him forcing to back up and the anti. Juno can die here. Boom.
Still all holding on to their lives, just barely.
Yep, being able to survive pretty handily there. A bunch more ult percentage coming out for that too, being the surviving team. As long as we're using our arms and our dig and all of our abilities correctly, it's pretty easy. Yeah, their Reaper really just loves the TP in the background and the backline, and so you just kind of punish that every time.
Yeah, he has been murdered by our Lucio.
Yes.
That is going to be the arms and Suzu out. Going to counterplay that nade. Going to punch a Venture to death. I imagine they cannot dig that.
I can dig that. It's really about angles too, right? Because if you look at the side of MDC, they have they swapped the Reaper to a Genji now. So a bit more fast DPS lineup, but it's still pretty slow support and tank lineup. There's not much of like a diving happening there, right? So you still got the speed ring, but you really just are kind of hoping your DPS can get their DPS off the high ground here, and that's what they're looking to do. Trying to get some anti-dive going on in their Venture here, because their Venture dig is a very important ability that needs to be gotten out before anything. But with a Kiriko ult here, this is really good for Venture, as all the abilities in the world, all the shields in the world can pop out with no fear of dying. Big kill from the Monkey, no dig, but could be big kills here. Only using 2 ults here.
There will definitely be a return Venture ult here coming up on this fight. There are 4 ults on the table for MD. It's a very precarious position for Western Michigan to be on. Only on 2, almost 3 ult.
I see them gonna try to use the Juno ult here to turn this corner, and I hope Western Michigan can kind of just hide it out, or just kind of pop Monkey ult here to kind of deny that space.
Yeah, and there is the Juno ult, but immediately with a pick onto the Venture, making it a lot harder to fight for MDC. Monkey is just making everyone suffer as he has on the Ramatra with his ult coming out. Mr. finding a Juno in a side room, that is not
taking a coffee break. Yeah. Still have V and Overclock for the side of Western Michigan. A Reinhardt swap coming out. 60 seconds left.
They don't know.
A Diva swap. Never mind. I think they're swapping Diva here for the to maybe eat the OC. I'm not exactly sure. But uncontested Jester up on the high ground here. Now the DPS are trying to make something happen to get him off high ground, but a team of tag for the side of the Ventures.
Everybody jumping up into the top room here.
As long as MDC does not get a tick here, it is not losable for WMU. A big thing can happen here if Western Michigan pushes up. Get that DMAC, and that is huge.
Oh, and she is DMAC.
And the DMAC. Wow. This is practically, they have 3 ults for MDC and almost 3 ults for Western Michigan.
And Western Michigan
one more pick's all it takes.
Corners. They are
kill that baby Diva, and it's real hard.
This Diva is getting hostaged in baby right now.
Oh, big ults coming out from MDC. Beat to counter. We have a Kitsune to secure it, and
Diva goes down.
They don't even get the touch.
Man, that was really well played at the end there, where Western Michigan just was completely denying the Diva any chance to get her ult, get back into form. What Diva needed to do there was actually run back into the spawn room, swap, and then swap back to Diva, just to get the mech back. That's the only way you can get out of that situation.
Either die or go back to spawn and swap, because that it's not like you were saving 80% to bomb or anything, because you just swapped to Diva. So having to swap there was really important in order to, I don't know, participate in the last fight. They even had Nano Blade, but they waited so long to kind of pull that trigger that we pulled the trigger first. Like that, it goes back to the first map. As long as you're the one setting the pace of the fight, pulling that trigger first, getting either that pick or popping that ult, that's all that really matters. Because if you use an ultimate, the enemy team has to respond, and sometimes the ultimates they respond with isn't how they wanted to use those ults, and now they don't get to use the ult how they wanted to. Maybe they wanted a Nano Blade, but now they have to Nano to keep their tank up, right? So if you're the one setting the pace of the fight, that's what's really important here. So I'm saying we're swapping back to a
ominous,
Reaper.
intimidating horse.
we are on the horse now. All right, they are on the horse now, but they are also on the Symmetra, which something I always say. If you have a Symmetra on the enemy team, I don't care. Kill her first, because a Symmetra with level 3 beam, that is evil. That is actually Death Laser Beam from the Death Star. So you are not allowing her to get any more than a beam, because he's going to immediately explode.
That is instantaneous death on Monkey.
Instantaneous death. They're playing the anti-dive comp. They have Bat, Ana, right? They have Reaper, Sim, Horse, okay? What are you going to do? How are you going to get past this choke? Well, you kind of just have to put pressure on them and don't try to walk past them, because if you walk past them, your entire team's dead. You really just have to put pressure on their front line here. Because right now, their front line is just getting healed to the max. They got Ana and Bap just constantly spamming at them. So they have to look to clear off that high ground, somewhere where they can't really get except for TP. But
Reaper is TP'd up.
That guy is no abilities.
That guy almost instantly dead. Symmetra has to teleport away.
Boom, now their tanks by themselves. No LS support.
That horse is really low though.
Oh, big kill. Like I said, you kill that Sim first, and it's practically over. They have no more damage pressure, especially with the Reaper no more Wraith. That is a dead Reaper.
Pressuring the backline here so hard.
Their backline is.
There's a Monkey
LOS
on
out.
Both supports. Yeah, that's just going to be
like it's gonna be
one fight victory means that Western Michigan's going to be able to get the one tick they need to bring it home, and that's going to be map 2 going over to Western Michigan, leading the series 2-up.
Monkey enjoying his peanut butter as always.
Oh yeah. Can you blame him?
I mean, hey. Okay, creamy or chunky though?
So, here's the thing. Depends on the application, but I'm primarily a creamy guy.
I'm a creamy guy. I'm a creamy guy. My previous varsity member, Greamy, he knows a thing or two about creamy.
Oh yeah, Greamy the Creamy?
Greamy the Creamy. Yeah, that's a really good map win for Western Michigan. Pretty clean. That's precisely why I prefer defending first. as
That does make it so easy to just win
you just
real
instant
fast.
win, and you don't have to push the point all the way down to the spawn and whatever. You just instantly hold them for a tick, get a tick, you're done. I'm on overtime rules here. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get this done and over with, but. We saw them take the first fight against Western Michigan because of the odd horse Reaper Sim swap with a strong backline of on a BAP, which is a very strong output of heals. But when it comes to being dove, they have like anti-sleep and immo to survive. But if your front line's cooked, then you have no survivability to begin with. Flashpoint's gonna be our next map between Suravasa and New Junk City. Which one's your pick?
Um,
Well, it seems like it's Suravasa, but I prefer Suravasa.
I think Saravasa. New Junk City is just
It's very
it
messy.
feels less pretty, for lack of.
Yeah, pretty. I can see that. I mean, you're in the middle Australian outback, but at the same time, I just think I like Suravasa because it's very, I don't know, it's organized, right?
Yeah.
Just like every other, the only other Flashpoint map, you got your one in the middle and the four in the corners, sure. But Suravasas just feel a lot more new, right? Because two of them, you have like pure boop potential. Like the other two kind of do, but it's a lot harder to get boops there. But like in terms of openness and closeness, I just think that their maps are a lot more accessible, mirrored. In terms of New Junk City, it's just a lot harder. There's a lot more open area, so it's just a lot more. It feels like it's just a longer map. So Servas is just like always it's the fan favorite for me, fan favorite for my team. I'm assuming fan favorite for WMU as well. I don't know. It just makes a lot more sense in my head for every point of it. But I'm assuming I see a similar comp.
Did you when you asked when we got onto the peanut butter? Are you a chunky or a crunchy guy?
No, I'm creamy all the way. No, I'm not trying to eat that peanut butter sandwich and go crunch, bro. What?
Chunky got a bit of a reaction from J Diesel in the chat saying definitely means crunchy, right?
Okay, if you're eating crunchy peanut butter,
you're just eating peanuts, man.
Peanut butter. Yeah, that's not
just eating peanuts.
That's just a jar of peanuts. If I'm eating the peanut butter, right? You ever go to the fridge and you're like, I want to put some butter on some toast, and then there's like bits of butter in there, like crunchy bits of butter. Like, no, I'm eating some creamy butter. Same thing with peanut butter. No, man.
Take it out of the freezer, munch a stick.
Munch a stick of crunchy bar. So good, lard. Oh. No.
God bless.
Creamy butter all the way. I'm not trying to choke on my peanut butter jelly sandwich on a sharp piece of peanut. No thanks. This map's so pretty.
I just like the I like
the life.
Big fan.
Yeah. All right, what are we seeing? A Doomfist coming from MDC.
Okay, they're really changing things up.
Hey. Okay. Well, we got the JQ coming out from Western Michigan. I know it's a fun comfort pick. I'm assuming we're gonna swap off the Zen because Zen Lucio backline is troll. But JQ is really fun, and if it's less special, okay, we got the triple speed meta coming out here from Western Michigan. Shout,
this is
speed
actually
ring,
the
amp
fastest
speed.
comp imaginable.
Oh, never mind. Not boring, Kiriko. Snore.
I am excited to see if we can.
One big knife's all it takes.
Exciting Doom plays.
Yeah, they're dead. Why are we looking at the same person? Everybody on their team. Wow, really strong kill from the side of ISO.
That was a very big drill. I can dig that right there.
I can dig that.
And that is going to be the first fight going in favor of Western Michigan here. Doomfist jumping away to save his life.
Kiri getting their one.
Gotta get your one.
Goku. Stick in the Doomfist. Not really much to do here. Against the team comp that Western's got, maybe you can kind of punch the JQ or maybe the Venture, but a flank coming out here with Jester and Boobies, but A dig already coming out. That's a dead venture, surely, as long as everyone looks at him.
Oh, I don't know. That's a dead Lucio, actually.
That's a dead Lucio, but hey, that's too bad
That's
for
a dead
Western
venture
Michigan.
and a dead Lucio. And that's a dead Fury.
Whoa, this is a 3v3. This is suddenly very winnable. Get clear off that high ground. That's all you gotta do.
Get that Reaper.
No
Reaper's
abilities. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now we're looking at the same things. Alright, they have a little bit more verticality now.
With a man with a very large fist.
Pulse bomb miss. No Suzu. No power block. This Doomfist has nothing going for him. Ooh. Tracer does get out. A monkey ult online, waiting for the right moment. They don't have Suzu. Now's a good time.
There it goes.
That's a dead. Oh, that's a dead.
That is a dead Lucio.
People. Wow. 99% of the time, Western Michigan only having used one ult
Fists
so
are
far.
popping the ultimate, coming down on point, hitting
That
nobody,
Doomfist is
dying.
cooked. That's one ult's coming from each, or two ults coming from Western Michigan.
That is
with
some
the pulse bomb.
jaming Doomfist gameplay right there.
Wow, one clipped on that Reaper. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was painful. I'm
no
not
ears.
gonna lie.
No ears.
The Doomfist ult just came out. I think it's a good time to swap off, just because it's not going to be getting much value into comp. That Reaper had ult.
Oh, what? They swapped?
They just swapped to Genji.
To Genji? With ults?
I
get swapping at like 70, 80 even. But if you have ults, might as well throw it. In my opinion. But Western Michigan coming out here with basically 4 ults coming up. Getting a lot of pressure on their backline, uncontested. Doomfist punching a wall. Kitsune coming out. We have to rush it down now with a Venture ult coming out, I'm assuming.
Maybe they don't even need it. Oh, almost sending Lucio into the void. Lucio was 1 HP. Lucio's going down. That's going to be a trade back on both.
That's another trade.
Venture's dying.
Lucio trying his best to keep everyone alive. So wall riding.
Riding around
Here's
this
a pulse bomb.
Rolling around the speed of sound.
Kiriko with no TP. That should be a dead person.
That is an unfortunate place to be.
This Doomfist really eating the nothing burger of a sandwich.
Yeah.
Hey, they still haven't
Barely
capped.
gonna be able to get
Western
out.
Michigan hadn't capped that whole time. So hey, this is a big stall, and that's a dead Doomfist.
Yep, and that Doomfist dying means that is going to be a firmly Western controlled. I would not actually be swapping that. And to fact check myself, that Reaper, when he died to Jester in the melee punch, did have ult and then swap off of getting one clip punched by the Tracer. I think that, especially on a closed point like this, that is just a really, really rough debate. This is really the type
out this high ground with the DPS. Doomfist already half health, not getting a lot of pressure from the backline. Already big abilities coming out from the side of MDC that could be punished. TP for no reason. Full health coming with a pulse bomb. Booby's doing his best to keep everyone alive. Having beat online if need be. Waiting for the blade most likely.
Oh, that boop just went a long way.
Big boop. And Big B almost getting the boop on their Lucio. Lucio's big kill. And they don't get a full touch here. MDC does not get a full touch here. As long as WMU pushes up a little bit, yeah, they don't get a full touch. And this is the second point going to Western Michigan with Pulse Bomb and JQ online with a Kitsune close in tow. Oh, almost getting that knife. That'd have been a hot knife. They're back to Reaper. No more Genji. They're on Soldier.
Did he Genji ult?
And Diva. Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, we beat it. We beat it.
No, did he Genji ult?
Yes.
Okay. If it happened twice in one game, I was gonna lose my mind.
I think the play here for Western Michigan is bait out Suzu and going with JQ ult. Big axe.
Huge axe.
Suzu going. Oh, that is a 3-man. They do beat. Oh, no DPS inside of WMU. It's a really bad no DPS passive being applied to anyone right now.
You know what? Honestly,
still very winnable.
Even if Western Michigan loses this, that's okay. They forced out the beat. That's the biggest ult that they have on the side of.
That's a dead Lucio. This is very winnable.
This suddenly is not actually a bad fight at all.
The DPS are about to be back. Yeah.
They're real fast.
Boom! You said you want to stall this point? I'm stalling this point. Oh, a Kiriko ult being forced out, I guess. With a Diva out of mech. No Wraith on the Reaper. That is dead. That is dead everyone. Run them down. Yeah. Amping on over them.
That's definitely a panic ult right there, where they're trying desperately not to lose this fight because they feel like we've already invested ults in this fight. We have to win it because right now, Western Michigan holding this point, if they get it, they just win the map and they win the series. Right now, MDC
a mercy swap
firmly against the wall.
No more Lucio mercy.
Swap I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't
do.
hate it.
That Mercy's doing nothing. That's a nothing burger of a Mercy. Nothing really can
That
do except for
Mercy
maybe
is the-
pocket the soldier, and that's it.
It's the soldier pocket and the Hail Mary of a res to save a fight. Because right now, they have to win this point.
He's dead. That's 2 dead. Forcing Wraith and the Mercy ult here now, and that's a full. You don't even need the ults. That's a 5-man drill.
That's a real big reap bomb, though.
That's a reap
Getting
bomb, though.
3.
Hey, 3. TPing a. Damn, Jester's
Jester
gone.
just phased out of existence. I'm wondering, does
Great.
JQ ult to continue your touch here? I think no.
No,
Because
there's no
it's
reason
getting-
to. You're already at 99. You have
99,
5
yeah.
ults coming into this last fight. They have Diva Bomb.
Yeah.
There's nothing to. If it was 99, sure, but no reason. They still have the whole rest of the map if they need to clutch up. A flank coming from Jester, I presume, coming from this off angle. Waiting, I presume probably a Kiriko ult down main with the ISO ult in tow with a Jester boobies flank. Oops. Yep, Jester's looking for that
that
one.
Reaper's real low.
And that pulse bomb, no pulse. They did not get eaten, no Suzu, and forced out that Suzu with the pulse bomb. JQ all dead.
That's gonna be a Diva bomb coming
And
out.
it's just here you go.
It hits Venture.
Play with your food a little. There it is.
Everybody flame Venture dying to the bomb. Omega lol. And
GG's.
that is going to be the
third
map and the series going over in favor of Western Michigan Club. Undefeated on the regular season.
Very nice.
I believe, is this their final game of the season?
No, they do have more games.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure when they are because there's been a bit of a scheduling mishaps.
struggle. Yeah, I saw that there were some
The
confusion
Shining-
there, but
The Shining play the game.
yeah.
Very
Play of
nice.
the game. One of y'all had Game Shark, I swear. They are. I'm gonna guess that that's a in reference to. Jester's too young to know Game Shark.
These kids are too
old. I would think that's in reference to Jester with just the insane aim that he has. Okay, never mind. Some people like you're 21. You should know that. I said Game Shark being a cheat thing that you could use for like old video game consoles and stuff like that.
Well, it was very fun to watch. Game for Western Michigan Club. Like I said, it's always that first map, jitters for control that always gets them going. But you know that kind of motivates them too. Like it's like, okay, now we gotta like really lock in if we want to keep this undefeated streak. You know,
Yeah,
Western Michigan's club has always been doing really good.
Yeah, fantastic job from club. Like they have been just doing absolute dominance this semester, and I'm honestly very excited to see how much this roster can develop because there's definitely, and I mean obviously you can't comment too much on it for obvious reasons, but there's definitely some varsity prospects on this roster for coming year.
Absolutely. Stuff that me and Evan have been talking about in the back in the shadows, the Shadow Council.
There's definitely a couple of them where, especially some of the people who are newer to esports here at Western, who are younger, I really look forward to seeing them.
Lots of people graduating, having some moments for opportunity for people in club. Who knows? Maybe a brand new prospect shows up in the fall. It's entirely possible. It has happened before.
I'm coming back for my masters.
Yeah, it's
Hit me
time.
up.
I'm back.
I'm going for Ryan Boops.
Yeah, GG's all around. GG's to MDC. Really good game.
Yeah. Really good showing today from Western Michigan, and looking forward to seeing what comes out next.
Make sure to keep in mind with the Discord and whatnot for when our next game may be. Still unsure exactly due to scheduling conflicts.
And for anyone who is curious, you will always be able to find out the latest and greatest information related to anything Club Esports at WMU in the Club Esports WMU Discord, discord.com/Club Esports WMU or clubesportswmu.com in your web browser. Click the big join the community Discord button. Scroll through. You can follow us everywhere at Club Esports WMU, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. Wherever you social your medias, there's probably a Club Esports WMU there. So go get involved, be part of the program. Try out next semester if you're curious about it.
Very nice.
Thank you all for watching.